right, it works. Great. Let's hear from each table some of the highlights of this conference. What was it for you? And then we will close the conference and tell you when the next conference will be. Who wants to start? Can we get a second mic? Who will help? Okay.
Is it ready? Yeah. So what we discussed, one of the highlights was meeting people who are open and sharing their experience and also open-minded. That was one highlight. And the second was also getting more practical tips on how to talk with management about LeSS and tying it to the business outcomes that can be achieved with the help of this organizational structure. Yeah, so, yeah. Thanks, everyone.
Who wants to go next?
So our table, our team, we suspect that we are probably more consciously selected our team member optimizing for serendipity because we are the furthest table from the original standing place. So rather than just following our intuition and find similar people. Our speculation. We have the luxury to have Tom, so our takeaway is the options for commitment. Okay. Yeah.
Our table, I mean, there's a lot of good things from the conference and a number of highlights. But for us to pick one or two, I think one is that, I mean, the interaction with like the speakers is one of the highlights that we want to mention. I think the other one is about a few people talk about is the presentation from Greg about the Conway's law. I mean, that result in a lot of discussion, thinking, things like that among ourselves. So that is the two things we want to raise. Thank you.
Thank you. Who would like to go next? Are you asleep? Hello? Houston?
Okay, so my key takeaway is that from one LeSS conference to another, I'm learning that probably this is the only conference out of many that I personally participate in where the key focus is on thinking before coming to solutions. And many other, if not all, again, I cannot speak about all, but you come and you listen about many solutions, but not thinking. And when you try to get people to thinking, now that is too difficult. And this is vice versa here, right? So every time at each open space, we anyways came to the why questions, and that, if not before, then afterwards promoted the thinking process. So this is what I discovered. Thank you.
So I was positively surprised that that you can ask here in this forum pretty much any question that bothers you, and there will be always someone who would like to help you, who wants to help you out of your situation. And I think this is invaluable. That's this community that we have here is like really open one, and I really appreciate it.
I recognize we collected lots of things from open space also, not just from the talks. And for us, I think, worked very well those connection moments. We were like, we are still here, original group, or more or less. So it was full of learnings and stickies. So sharing those every session was kind of helpul to we disperse and come back and like to hear what other thought. So it was really awesome. Thanks for organizing this.
So for me, this was the first time I joined the LeSS conference, and I was positively surprised how much I actually know about LeSS, and that I could actually contribute to some of the discussions, even presenting here. And I definitely plan to join again. So I think I'm one of the persons that would like to somehow contribute more without being a trainer or without being a coach going forward. So it has been really fun 2 days, and I want to thank everyone who's been helping out and contributing to the thinking that we have been doing here.
We're a patchwork team. Our team got dissolved, so we joined with that team. Oh, they're back now, after the work is done. So we joined this team to reflect, and I think the main learnings range from Craig's talk about Conway's Law, Bas's talk, many open space sessions, a simulating game from Jakub that was about system thinking and play at the same time. So that's an interesting combination. Yeah, many things. Actually, through the entire place of the organization of the conference. One of my personal things, surprises, was that Boris over there came already to many conferences, and we just learned this conference, and we met at this conference and learned that we have a common friend. Yeah, that's how small the world is. Now, I will give to Bas to summarize their part of learnings.
Wolfie, I think that's it, right? Is there any other team left?
I don't acoustically hear. Say again.
Is there any other team left, or did we have all the teams?
No, I think that was it. Yeah. All right, then. Thank you very much for sharing this with us.